Well, my friends, it is a sad day to be an MMO gamer. New World by Amazon Game Studios has officially announced they are shutting down the game. They're not using the word sunset, probably for PR purposes. So I wanted to make a quick video going over the TLDR of what's happened to New World. Why did it even fail? And then what are some new games or MMOs that you can look forward to in the coming few years? I'll leave a link to the official article in the description, but in short, Nighthaven will be the last big content patch. Amazon was kind enough to make everything free so you don't have to fork out more money, but maybe that actually would have saved the game anyway, because Amazon has said that they are going to be doubling down to focus on AI game development. Apparently there is some Snoop Dogg courtroom simulator game that reportedly made more money than New World. There will be no more patches as of October 2025. I heard one of the streamers say they're going to release one more patch, just tightening up some of the endless holes that are still in the system. Servers will be up till sometime in 2026, but honestly, in my prediction, in 2 to 4 months, 90% of the player base is going to leave and do other things. Coming from experience, no one wants to play a dead game, and especially when the official production company says that they're letting the game die and they're totally okay with that. It's just a matter of time before people leave in the masses. And unfortunately, New World has seen upwards of 50,000 people playing just on Steam over their 24-hour peak. This has already dropped by over 5,000 players just in a couple days of this announcement being up. But New World never saw the 900,000 plus players that they had when the game first released, and personally I think that's why the game is in the state that it's in and why they don't want to put any more money into it. I've heard some unofficial reports that AGS, Amazon Game Studios, made about 300 million making New World, but that clearly wasn't enough to keep the engine going. So the biggest question that everybody is asking in all of the YouTube comments and all of the Twitch streamers live chats is, why did New World fail? And I think that you can summarize everything into too many bugs. Game-breaking bugs. I think if New World would have launched now in the same state that it's in, we would have seen a similar player database chart like we saw in vanilla World of Warcraft. But the reality is, New World had a game identity crisis when it was in development. It didn't know if it was a survival game or an MMO, so they made a hybrid ARPG sandbox open world multiplayer game, which I would say is one of the first in its category that I've ever played. And that was both a recipe for its success and its failure. I was part of a world first company. We were the first group of players, I believe, in the world to take a territory. We were one of the first companies to ever finish an invasion. I can even take credit for kind of pioneering chest run routes throughout the world, but in every corner you looked, there were bugs, whether that's getting stuck in the ground, hackers mining stuff from underneath the game surface, endless gold dupes to duplicate your items on the auction house. I think still even to this day, no one knows how luck works, or I guess if it even works in the first place. Do you guys remember the bug that in Wars you could put your game in windowed mode and drag your screen around on your monitor, and it would essentially make your character stuck in a loop of iframes, so you're essentially invisible, and all you had to do is stand in one of the flag circles and move your window around on your monitor? Even back when muskets were hit scan and you could shoot someone from like a half of a kilometer away with a historical musket shooting little tiny lead balls. So much of the game didn't make any sense, and the game developers didn't action upon what the player base really desperately craved, let alone even fixing the spaghetti code of the custom game engine that it was in. And even to this day, there is still rubber banding in Outpost Rush and different battlegrounds. I can tab to switch through my weapons and it will double switch, and then I'll mess up and can't use my ability. There's still input lag when you're trying to use potions, even though there's no global cooldown system in the game. It's just purely latency between the server tick and your input to the game engine. And all this is coming from someone who did put 2,400 hours into the live servers of New World. I love this game. And I came back and tried Nighthaven and put another couple hundred more hours. But unfortunately, Amazon did too little too late, and it's now in the state that it's in. So you're probably asking yourself, what do we do from here, and what other games can we look forward to? And I have a very interesting theory that may put the icing on the cake for the official send-off for New World from Amazon Game Studios, is that if they were planning on wrapping up their game by the end of 2026 anyway, they probably saw the writing on the wall. And I think they did this for a few unknown reasons, and these are just my theories. Classic WoW Plus has been rumored to come out kind of Q4 2026, maybe Q1 2027. The same can be said for Ashes of Creation, and the same can be said for Riot's League of Legends MMO. Let me know if there's any more MMOs that are coming out in the next year, but I'm just saying that Classic WoW, Ashes of Creation, and a League of Legends MMO are going to have unbelievable height. So from a business perspective, they may have thought that let's just pull the plug now because in a year, the game is probably going to die a little bit anyway. But you're also probably asking, what can I play right now? And that's a hard question to even answer for myself, but I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to. Arc Raiders is really going to shake things up. It's a totally hybrid game model where there's RPG, MMO, open world aspects. It's also a third-person shooter. It has extraction characteristics like Escape from Tarkov. And judging by some of the early playtests, it's definitely more of a narrative, adventure-driven game than a hyperactive Zoomer, Apex Legends, Fortnite type of shooter. That goes without saying. Escape from Tarkov 1.0 is coming out. And if you haven't heard, this game has been in beta for about 6 years. I am one of the Edge of Darkness plebs that paid an exuberant amount of money. And this is another tactical gun warfare simulator. It's not a Call of Duty or a Battlefield 6. There's quite a bit more thinking strategy that comes into these sorts of games. Legacy, Steel, and what is it called? Sorcery or something like that? I've personally put about 100 hours into Legacy, Steel, and Sorcery, if that's the title that it's called. It's a hybrid of, you could say, New World and League of Legends had a baby, and then Tarkov came in and raised it up to what it is today, and that's Legacy, Steel, and Sorcery. It's a fantasy third-person shooter, extraction, loot, adventure game. It's actually a bit of fun. Megabonk is another game that's definitely worth your time. It's like $8 on Steam, and you can easily sink 20 to 40 hours into it. And actually something else I've been playing recently is the City Skylines 2. I was a huge fan of Sim Tower, Sim City, Theme Hospital, and City Skyline is the first simulation city game I've played, in easily a good couple decades. So if you're in the MMO gaming space, I'm curious to know what games you're going to be looking forward to in the near future, because I am definitely looking to spend a bunch of time over the next year really wanting to sink my teeth into a new game, and I hope I don't have to wait until Classic Plus or Ashes of Creation. So let me know down in the comments what you are going to be playing. This is a second channel I made just for some of my nerdy video game content, so I would appreciate a subscribe if you're still here. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace!